You must understand at the very beginning that the production of speech sounds happens with the help of air. I hope you already know that, but let's remember that once again. And there is what you call an airstream mechanism, an airstream mechanism that acts in order to produce speech sounds in any language, not just for English. For any language, speech can be produced only with the help of an airstream mechanism. So this is very important. So in the production of English speech sounds, the airstream mechanism that helps us, it can be defined as a pulmonic aggressive airstream. You need to understand what it is. I'll be explaining that. Pulmonic refers to something related to the lungs. So the air for our speech basically comes from the lungs. That is very clear. So the airstream is pulmonic. And what do you mean by aggressive? Aggression basically refers, or aggressive, it basically refers to the coming of air from the lungs out through the nose and the mouth. The air which we breathe in, you can say it is the ingressive airstream. And when we send air from the lungs out through the mouth and the nasal cavity, you can call it as the aggressive airstream. So there are two kinds of airstreams, the aggressive airstream and the ingressive airstream. Okay. In English, the basic airstream which we use for speech is the pulmonic aggressive airstream. So all the English sounds are produced with the help of air coming from the lungs out through the oral or the nasal cavity. There are no sounds in English that are pronounced by sucking air inwards. Okay, to give you a very simple example of a language consisting of sounds with air being sucked inside is the hilarious kind of language you hear in Bahubali. So in that, the villain called Kalakeya, he talks a kind of language in which at times you can see him sucking air inwards. Okay. That kind of sucking air inwards is called the ingressive airstream. Okay. The other airstream, the natural one we use for talking, English, Malayalam, etc., is the aggressive airstream in which air comes out from the lungs. We never have sounds which need us to suck air inwards. Okay. So that is the difference between pulmonic ingressive and pulmonic aggressive airstreams. We must clearly remember which airstream we actually use for English speech sounds. That can come as a question for your exam. Airstream mechanism. So the airstream mechanism which we use in English is the pulmonic aggressive airstream.